you know what? I feel like
I sometimes
feel like none of this actually makes sense. I really feel like that. Did you ever get that?
What?
Like everything in the world doesn't make sense.
That's
like the DNC.
every time I get
everything that we do.
Yeah.
I was driving. I picked up Jack from the airport like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and we get to the terminal, and they're doing construction, and it's just chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, absolute chaos. But everybody's doing the same thing. We're all just picking somebody up, so we all got to kind of move over. You want your person to come on over and do stuff, and then I see the guy. He's literally screaming at some woman and her children.
Yep.
To come to the car, and he can easily move over, but he's screaming at her. She's got 5 suitcases and like a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Yeah, nice.
And at no point does he get out of the car to help her.
Well, you know what my answer is to that? She picked him. She picked him.
I was probably an Uber driver.
Well, you know what I did?
No,
you know what
Uber drivers were courteous.
Linda!
I didn't see it like that. It didn't seem like that because he was being specifically mean to her.
Yeah, so he's probably obviously the spouse, you know.
That's what it seemed like. So I told Jack,
he's a cab driver.
It was a regular car. So I told Jack, I said, throw your crap in the back. I said, and go help that lady.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
he ran over there, and he goes, do you need some help? And you know what she said? In a mean way, I thought, because we're all right there. Yeah. She goes, no, I don't need any help from you.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know what?
And I was like, you know what? You two deserve each other.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
I was just like, wait a minute.
So I was at
this kid who obviously just threw his stuff into my car.
Yeah.
He's as innocent looking as a 23-year-old kid can look.
Nicest guy in
right?
the world. Yeah.
With this guy yelling, she doesn't want any help.
Yeah. You know what? What's the line from the Joker? You get what you deserve. You get what you deserve. So.
I just feel like she did. I feel like she didn't deserve that. But then maybe she did. I don't know.
But then she did.
It was just weird.
Yeah.
I don't like. I've decided I like picking people up, but I don't necessarily like what happens when. Why are you throwing all the pens away?
Those have been broken for a year.
Yeah, this is only.
We have 3 pens over here. Only one. Those are
pen.
2 broken pens.
Yeah.
Do you need to write something down? Here, write with that. It's a kick-ass green
sell
marker.
him that pen. Sell him that pen.
Sell me that pen.
Yeah, so I want to say a few months ago I was at a gas station randomly just gassing up, and there was a woman, and she was sitting like right outside the gas station. She had her phone in her hand, but she was sobbing loudly and uncontrollably. And you know what? You could tell right away it was some type of obviously domestic issue or something.
Domestic.
You know, because I mean, obviously she could have called the police. I mean, her phone was like it was one of those super large.
But how do you know? How do you know her mom didn't die?
It just, you know, I just got the vibe. I could have been wrong, but
okay.
But I was validated. So so of course, the guy who was in the gas station, he comes out, and of course he's like, can I help you? Can I do anything? She's like, no, I'll be all right. I mean, because obviously I didn't say anything to her because she obviously has a phone in her hand. We're at a public gas station. She could have easily called the police if she was in any type of distress. So obviously it was something that she was just, crying herself out. And then of course, like 5 minutes later, some, Prince Charming rolls up in his little SUV, and she gets in with him. And I want to say it was over Thanksgiving holiday, so could have been.
So she was probably breaking up with the guy she was cheating with, and then her boyfriend came and picked her up.
Yeah, so she tried the monkey branch out, and that didn't work out. So she went back to the stash guy. I get it. Yeah, okay, I get it.
So Ted said, domestic,
yeah.
and police.
Police.
Does he go to Detroit? Even though I do say Detroit.
So speaking of crying, I was at the gym and they had the World Series on, the Little League World Series.
Okay.
There's no crying in baseball.
Horrible. Can you watch that?
No.
It's like what the major leagues used to be before they put the time limits on.
Oh, just taking forever?
It's just forever. Yeah. Every pitch is 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
He steps off, the batters adjust, and all the batting gloves, they're stepping out, they're looking at signs. Everything is delayed. It takes 3 to 4 minutes in between pitches. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's definitely more than a minute. And so it's a tie game between Venezuela and I don't know what this team is. They were called was it
Caribbean?
Caribbean,
yeah.
Yeah. They're always in the World Series, right? And then and at the very end, China or Japan wins anyway, so it doesn't really matter, right?
Right. So was it?
Or Taiwan, right? I mean, so it doesn't really matter. So
it was a tie game in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah.
And the kid pitching, he gave up a hit, walked a batter, so the bases are loaded. I think there was 2 walks or he hit a batter, give a base hit and a walk. Bases loaded. There's like 2 outs, and he's struggling to throw strikes, and he's taking forever. And they make a defensive change, keep the pitcher in, bring another guy in the outfield. The inning lasted forever. Finally, gets to a 2-2 count, throws a pitch way off the plate. Wasn't even close. Umpire calls it a ball. He jumps up and down on the mound. Now he's squatting. Then he stands up and he's crying. The camera close up on his face. It's a 3-2 count. Game's not over. It's a tie game. He's crying because he didn't get that. He's literally crying, and the catcher walks out, and then he waves the catcher off. Catcher goes back. He has to spend like 2 minutes to compose himself, and then proceeds to throw a wild pitch.
Yeah, I was going to say probably throw a wild pitch.
And the game's over.
That's why I don't like. Okay, so number one, this is something I was going to say. Pete and I were playing golf last week, and he said he recorded the Illinois versus Hawaii Little League game to watch later.
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird. Okay, I told him, I'm like, that's weird, dude. That doesn't make any sense. It's Little League. But yeah, I don't like all the pressure that they put on these little kids and put them on TV. And then every once in a while, you'll hear like an announcer say something kind of negative about what he's a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Right?
See, I didn't have the sound on. I've been watching it without the sound. I'm guilty. But I have not been watching it outside of the gym. It's always on.
It's always
ESPN.
on in the gym, yeah.
So the past couple of weeks is the only time I've caught the games. But just without any volume, watching it like that, it's nerve-wracking and it's kind of grossing me out because the kids are doing. They're taking so long. They have all these routines. They have both are wearing batting gloves. And they allow these routines, and then the coaches constantly come out, and they're having group meetings all the time, and it's nuts. I don't know how you could sit in the stands through this. I mean,
it's all parents screaming at the top of their lungs. That's it.
The only people in the stands are the parents,
right?
Because the stands are empty aside from the parents, and they're insane too. They show pictures of them; they're all dressed up in the gear. And
I just hate I hate the game being played for 12-year-olds on TV.
Yeah,
and I mean, I get it. If you do something good.
You're
Everything is great.
Yeah,
everything is great, right? If you hit a home run or you make a great play or whatever,
Yeah.
but every team's got to have a loser, so people have to do things that make you lose, right? You have to strike out, you have to drop fly balls, you have to do all that stuff.
What was that one movie years ago? It was like he was a kid, and the game was on the line, and he drops the fly ball, and then his life is completely like he's a complete loser as an adult, and then he like rewinds his life, and he actually catches the ball, and he's the hero of the game, and then he's
I
I
remember
can't remember
that.
movie,
I can't remember
but
the name.
but it was a baseball.
Yeah, but I hate every second of Little League World Series.
I can't stand it, man. It makes me nervous watching.
It does.
Kids.
It makes me like how can this happen because somebody's going to feel bad.
Yeah.
But 3-2. I mean, he threw a ball. It's still the game's still on.
Well, you know, he's probably his dad is probably the coach.
Yeah, of course.
And he probably knows that he's going to get this. Boys and kids, gather around. I know we lost by 1 today, and it's nobody's fault except that little piece of crap right there that came out of my wife, and that's the mistake that we've all made.
My former wife.
Yeah, exactly.
My soon-to-be former wife.
And he's the kid's on ESPN, and you know the camera work is just same as MLB, right?
Yeah, they got a camera on him, and now he's crying.
It's right on his face, and he's crying, and I don't have the sound on, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah. I'm following the game because I can follow a baseball game. So I
hope you can follow Little League.
No. I mean, I'm not. There's no scoreboard or anything. I'm following the game. I knew what the count was. I knew what the situation was, but I couldn't hear it. So I was confused for a minute because they showed him after he threw that pitch, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's a full count. Wait a minute, is the game over? But they won't take it off his face, and he's crying. And then they pan out, and they show.
I'm gonna YouTube that to verify that. So
and you just see the coaches in there just mouthing all the bad words.
What was the team?
It was Venezuela. It was
don't YouTube it.
No,
Ted, don't fall into that
trap.
No,
I'm not gonna do it.
No, I'm not. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
No, I know. No. What I'm saying
Venezuela
is
won on a wild pitch. The next pitch is a wild.
But don't give it credit. Don't give it credit by watching it.
You're right. I don't want to.
No, it's got to be all over.
Yeah, I know it is.
I'm not watching any of that at all.
I feel bad for that kid. You know what? I hope he grows up and he runs a company. And he finds a whole bunch of people he can fire.
Why do you feel bad?
So
for
that
him?
he can kind of get over that.
Why do you feel bad for that kid?
Because he's crying on TV.
Throw strikes.
So real quick story. So when I was growing up bowling, I didn't realize how actually untalented I was because I'd go to these tournaments and like
we figured it out pretty quick. How did you not know?
There's like 13-year-olds. They're shooting like 250 a game. They're playing like crazy shots that I couldn't even dream of playing. And so of course there was a phenom. I remember the kid's name. His name was Buck Mueller. He was from Wisconsin. He was like a lefty.
The Buck Mueller?
he was a lefty, and I guess he averaged like 225 at the age of like 12 or 13. He actually went on TV with Earl Anthony, who was obviously the big star back in the day, to bowl like just like a exhibition match.
And Anthony just pummeled him and made him cry.
I don't know what happened, but yeah. So obviously this kid got mega exposure when he was like that age. But I guess
exposure.
But I heard this. Like I guess he was bowling a tournament, like a junior tournament. And I guess he wasn't bowling good, so his dad like slammed him up against the locker and said, "Why are you bowling so bad?" So there you go. That's kind of the analogy. And the kid, and now the kid's probably he's like probably Todd Marinovich, right? He's probably a drug user living at the YMCA.
All because his dad was a jag?
Yeah,
no,
well,
I don't think so. I find that so hard to believe.
Probably doesn't bowl anymore. Probably hates it, right? So
he could. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I know that I wasn't the world's greatest dad. Okay, but at least I figured out and learned it better and better.
Yeah.
And got better and better at
Yeah.
it. And once I stopped coaching my son
Yeah.
and my daughter,
Yeah.
it became way easier to just watch the games and be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, did you have fun today?" You're like, "Yeah, all right, cool.
Cool. Yeah. Exactly.
Let's go have ice cream. You know,
Exactly.
let's go start a fire somewhere."
Yeah,
I don't know. We had a different dynamic.
You're gonna make me cry now.
I got a question to ask you after I start the show. This is the Real Three Idiots podcast, and happy National Radio Day.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's also National Buggy Whip Day and National Rotary Phone Day.
You think?
Really it's nobody gives a shit day because what the radio? You're the only one that ever listens to the radio. You realize that?
This is
right?
kind of like the radio.
I am.
You are. No.
This is sort of like a radio.
It's not like the radio at all.
the
You can stop
opposite
it,
of
start it,
radio.
do whatever. It's literally the opposite of radio.
I listen to the radio every day. Yeah.
I know. You're the only person in the world that does that. Their listenership is as long as you
I
listen,
don't think so.
they have
100%.
100%.
The Odyssey app is pretty good. I think a lot more people are listening to radio now than they have in previous.
Why? You can
years.
listen to whatever you want, whenever you want. Why would you listen to radio?
I mean, it's not the same. It's not the same.
I guess. All right, now I'm going to ask you a question and see how you would answer this. You dropped off your youngest son at college, okay,
Yes.
on Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, did you cry?
No.
You did not.
No. Kelly did, so I didn't have
Okay.
to.
Oh.
All right. I cried.
We both couldn't be crying.
You could both be
I
crying.
cried when I got home.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
'Cause
much?
My oldest was still at home, but he just left today. So now he's back at school. So now they're both back at school. And it was when he left. The reality is going to kick in like when I get home. It's hard. I mean, it's gonna.
It's really
I
hard.
thought you were going to turn his room into a den or a man cave. That's what you usually do. Oh, he's out, so
Yeah. Hit the road, Jack. No, I had to. I made it. I dropped Jack off at college. I made it about 20 miles before I pulled over.
Oh.
Yeah. Then I was just done. It was like 15 minutes before I could
Yeah.
do anything.
So you had some separation
Oh, yeah.
anxiety.
Oh,
Well, and Jack was a second for you, and
Yeah,
Lyle was
second,
a second for me, and that's what's harder because when Nolan went to school, we still had one at home, you know.
Right.
So it was sad, and we were sad for him to go, but we still had
Yeah.
Lyle at home, and it was just this is different. I mean, this
different.
reality now is neither of them are at home.
Now you have to spend all day with.
And
your wife.
there's 2 years difference
Winner.
between them.
and that's why I cried.
There's 2 years difference between them, and no, actually, I don't.
I know.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time together. But the 2 years difference between them, I forgot where I was going with this. Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to cry again.
Oh.
Yeah. No. I think for me it was Savannah was closer, so she was only like a 2-hour car ride away, and Jack was much further. And it's your youngest, so yeah. I don't know. It just kind of freaks me out.
Well, and it was when it was just the three of us. We got a little bit closer to him.
Right.
Exactly. Not splitting time.
Right.
And I think I might have spent more time with Nolan, and then when he, it kind of evens out. But then the last 2 years, it's just been the three of us. And now it's the two of us.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try. Okay. Some sad news. I don't know if you guys saw this. 2 very important people died this last week. Phil Donahue.
I didn't know he was still alive. I'm gonna be honest
He's
with
not
you.
Ted. He's not. He's dead now.
Yes,
He's
right.
totally dead.
He's 88.
Yeah. How much fun was that when we were watching Phil Donahue?
Yeah.
And he's climbing over people and sticking that mic in people's faces.
Yeah, he was a talk show host,
Yeah.
right? Phil Donahue. Yeah, and he was married to Marlo Thomas, I think.
Margo Thomas.
Margo
Something
Thomas.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought he
50-something
But
years.
I thought he passed away in the 90s or something. I mean,
Well,
because
he was
like
kind of out of the. He was kind of out of
Yeah.
the limelight in
Yeah.
the 90s.
It's like
He
if you
did some
said,
stuff.
like if you said Johnny Carson was still alive. I mean, that's not accurate, but you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Or
I didn't
George
know that.
Burns
I
or-
wasn't sure. Johnny Carson is dead. I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that. Yeah, I didn't have to guess on that one. I actually
The
knew
Andrews
that one.
sisters, you know what I mean?
Okay, now you're just picking people
I
that
just
died
picked
like
names.
forever ago. And Wallace Amos of famous Amos Cookies.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about
Yeah,
that
he
too.
was only 78, right? Was that right? He's in his 70s.
Oh, he was born in 1936. So
Yeah, about
he's
88,
way older than
about
70.
88,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a-
88.
Yeah.
No, like,
but cool life. I'll go through it real fast.
Yeah.
You ready? Born in 1936 in Florida, dirt poor.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I mean dirt poor. Mom can't read, write, nothing.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay, he joins the army. He becomes the first black talent agent at William and Morris.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's pretty cool. Now, you ready for this? He found Simon and Garfunkel, Diana Ross, Marvin Gaye, and Sam Cooke.
Wow, that's a good lineup.
That's a great dude. That's some
Yeah.
great music right there.
Yeah.
I don't really like Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a good cook. Okay, and he ends up getting some financial money from some of these people and starting up the cookie business.
Yeah,
Okay.
famous cookies.
Now he this is kind of funny. He ran it was a good company. He ended up selling it because, and this is what he said, everything was going great until he tried to run the company.
Yeah. Good point.
So instead of just doing the cooking and all that kind of stuff and getting all the cookie stuff.
Kind of like Elon Musk.
So he kind of screwed the pooch on that one. They ended up buying it off. In 2016, when he was 80 years old, he was on Shark Tank.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, trying to start another cookie company.
Okay.
And he said, on my gravestone, what I want to say is he tried to start one more cookie company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gravestone should be shaped like a cookie. You know, that would be fitting, right? Shaped like a cookie instead of like a rectangular.
I think when they ground him up, they put him in cookies. Yeah, I think when they.
Oh, is that why they taste so good? Okay.
Yeah. This is kind of cool. He spent a lot of time volunteering because his mom couldn't read, and he didn't actually read until he was a little bit later in life.
Hard to run a company that way.
It is. Well, I mean, he could. He started volunteering at Read to Me International, the YMCA, and the Literacy Volunteers of America, and was actually the group spokesperson for almost 20 years.
Yeah, and he lived in Hawaii. They showed him because I saw the article where he passed away. They said he was living in Hawaii at the time. So he had obviously had a good life.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool life, man. I mean, when you grow up, no dad, mom, can't read or write, dirt poor, and he ran several companies. Yeah. So once he had to sell his company, he started some muffin companies and some other things. Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
Entrepreneur,
man.
yeah.
It's a long life too.
Dude, that is a long life. I mean, and it's still at 80
98,
years old.
98.
He's on Shark Tank.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hustling, trying some more. That's really neat, man.
Good for him.
Yeah. I mean, I when I saw that, I was looking to see, like when I saw Phil Donahue died, I was like, you know what, somebody else important. And when I looked up his life, I thought, man, that is a pretty cool life.
Well, doesn't it come in threes? Like, with this celebrity deaths always come in threes. So there's
they?
Yeah, I don't know. So
well, somebody else died.
Did the music died?
Yeah, somebody else had to have died.
So listen, real quick. Real quick on a side note. So Matthew Perry, obviously from Friends. Remember when he passed away at the age of like 55? Like, what was that, a few months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess supposedly this guy had like a major ketamine addiction where he was getting like injections of this stuff, like mega doses of this,
like 5-6 times a day.
I guess his habit was like 55,000 either a day or a week, and I guess it was. I mean,
you know what? You have to do Friends. You have to even if you wanted to quit Friends, you have to continue to do it just so you can have that addiction.
All right, stupid question. What is ketamine?
I think it's a tranquilizer.
Yeah, some kind of drug.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It's bad news, though.
Yeah, I mean,
is it something that they use to wean off of? It's not like the heroin.
No, you're thinking of.
Oh no, I know that. No, I don't think it is. I think it's a different thing.
No. I know it's not the drug that gets you off of heroin. No. But isn't it something else that they could prescribe to you in lieu of like drinking or something?
Yeah, you know what? That does make sense, isn't that? I think that is the thing. Remember, I think we talked about that.
Alcoholism. I think the doctor will give you a low dose prescription of ketamine, and it fights the urge or something. But you can get addicted to it too.
It's
right?
a dissociative anesthetic used medically for induction and maintenance of anesthesia. Also used for treatment of depression and pain management.
Depression, okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of depression.
Man. I mean, sometimes, and I still every time I see a drug commercial, I just see all those negative things, and it's just like there's got to be a better way than just pumping yourself full of drugs. There has to be.
Well, that's like beyond pumping yourself full of drugs.
No, that's exactly what he was doing. He was literally pumping himself full of drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the girl they busted, what was it? The girl they busted who was supplying him, they called her the queen of ketamine.
Yeah. Yep.
Which, I mean, listen, there's got to be people who are using it, so there's got to be people who are supplying it. That's got to be a pretty cool title. She's got to be proud of herself.
Yeah. Like Aretha was the queen of soul.
Right.
She was the queen of...
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, it's like saying you're the queen of fentanyl. I mean, it's probably nothing good's going to come of that.
But you're still...
Right?
That means you're the number one.
Yeah.
You're the number one fentanyl dealer.
Number one target of the DEA.
So I mean, you got it.
ATF.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
surveillance.
I mean, when you wake up, I mean, here, the greatest baseball player today, whoever he is, right? Yeah. He wakes up every day and he's like, I'm the number one baseball player. I feel so good about myself. And when he walks down the hall, people are like, you're the number one baseball player. I mean, if you're the queen of ketamine, you're like, hey, you're the number one ketamine dealer.
Barry Bonds is retired.
Yeah.
You I mean, it's got to make you, I don't know. I mean, even bad guys got to feel good, right?
Absolutely.
I have no idea.
You would know.
Narcan. You're thinking of Narcan to counter it's for.
I wonder why Teddy was on his phone. I'm like, Teddy, who are you texting? All your friends are sitting in this room.
I don't have any friends.
All right. Speaking of texting and Teddy, it's time for your tip.
Oh, that was sudden.
Yeah. Mark, you do not have a poem or a song.
Correct.
It's because we have a guest, and we want to let the guest Give them the floor.
Sing?
Yeah.
That'd be great if you just sprung that on a guest.
No,
I just need you to sing Ted's tip.
You're singing opera?
That's all right. That's all right. We'll get right to the tip. Except for this. It's time for Ted's tips. Along with exercise and a healthy diet, Ted's tips can cure asthma, shingles, and several types of venereal diseases.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I mean, you're the king of venereal diseases.
Crabs, cooties.
Ted, can I
Wouldn't
just
that
say?
be great?
Let me just say this.
That would be the greatest thing ever. If you could just go around like, haven't you gotten VD like 28 times? Yep, I'm the king of VD, man. Oh yeah, that's me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, for a year now, Ted and I have been sharing a pen.
Yeah.
And I finally threw those 2 pens away.
Yeah. It's a communal pen.
And you know what he gives me? A fucking marker. Like I'm.
You're gonna grade a paper with that?
I don't know. What am I supposed to do with this?
It's not even a red
green.
marker, yeah.
It's like a green highlighter. Here, right with this.
I'm gonna get you some Chase Bank pens because those are the best pens. The Chase Bank pens, the free ones. That's better.
Look, hey, pens don't grow on trees. Okay.
No, they're grown in the bank. They come from the bank.
Yeah, I take all my pens from the
If
bank.
my pens are so crappy, why don't you just bring your own damn pen?
No,
And I like
I'll-
writing. I like writing with that thing.
No, I'm gonna bring a bunch
What do
of the
we
Chase
pay
Bank
for the
pens.
studio? What do we pay in the studio a month? And we can't get pens in here.
The rent here.
The renter's. Well, I pay in ketamine, so it's a little different deal. All right, let's get to Teddy's tip because our guest does not want to.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be associated with ketamine.
Yeah.
None of them did. Neither one of them did.
Well, we said it like 10 times already. So.
I know. Ted, I need a tip. My friend just got married. A bunch of us that are friends are unattached and don't have serious girlfriends.
Don't have. Okay, I read that. It didn't.
Yeah, sorry, and don't have serious
Gotcha,
girlfriends. My friend's new wife keeps trying to set us up. She's constantly bringing her friends, coworkers, and neighbors to parties, events, and trips. We get it.
What?
If we get serious girlfriends, we can all hang out, and Nick, and it's in parentheses, so I'm guessing that's not his name, wouldn't be around available women.
That's the groom.
Yeah.
The new husband.
But it has to stop. We went up to Montreal for a weekend, and she brought 2 girls she works with and tried to match us up. We have to stop this and fast. We don't want to be mean, and we don't want to resort to poison or hiring an undercover police officer to take her out. Help us, Marty, 29, Albany, New York. And he adds, if you guys are bored, we have Scottish Fest coming up at the end of August in Albany. It's great. There's kilts, whiskey, and Highland games. You guys could compete against each other.
I like that.
And I don't know if you know this. Highland games are, it's a Scottish Highland games are like caber toss. You ever see it like tossing like a telephone pole?
Yeah. I've seen variations of that.
Shot put, hammer throw, tug of war, and something called weight for height. It's like pole vaulting without the pole or the vault. You just toss a really heavy weight over a pole, like the thing you would pole vault over.
Yeah.
You just toss a weight up there, and each time you throw it over, the pole gets higher.
Yeah, it's almost like the strongman contest. You throw the big stone over the wall. Yeah,
I'm sure that's where it all started, all that stuff.
Right.
So if you guys are up, I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, we could just set that up in my backyard, a couple of
Yeah,
drinks.
exactly. Play bags or cornhole.
No, I want to do this stuff. I don't want to do any of that.
Throw
That's
stuff over your neighbor's fence. Throw
Yeah,
like
yeah, I wanna
kettlebells.
I
Throw
wanna-
kettlebells over your neighbor's fence.
you know what we can do. We can get like different animals and stuff. We can just throw them around. I love that. All right, Teddy, help this guy
All right.
who doesn't want to be set up anymore.
Yeah, so these guys, I mean, this is kind of a far out tip. I mean, I really couldn't think of anything too crazy, but just I would basically kind of let it be known, maybe not directly, but indirectly, like, hey, we're exploring our sexuality, which means that it was just code for we're not really into women at this time, so we're going on a guy's grab ass type trip to, maybe expand our
So we
horizons.
have a gay orgy. So
we're not
stop
gonna,
bringing
we're not
girls.
gonna say gay. orgy. We're not gonna say gay orgy.
You're telling me that you're gonna tell these guys to say to her, hey, listen, we're not sure where. What if she starts bringing dudes?
We got each other. We already got my friends. And so let's say one day you show up and you dress a little flamboyantly. Say you're wearing like a seashell necklace, some hot pink hair, studded dog collar, have some Village People soundtrack in the background. And then you just give her the impression that, hey, as of right now, we might get into women at some point down the road, but as of right now, we're just exploring each other. If you know what we mean, Kimasabi.
Okay, but what if? Okay, so what if they're out and she doesn't bring anybody with, and there's attractive women there, and they want to go hit on them?
Yeah.
They can't.
Well, you got to stay in character, of course. It sounds like she's more worried about her husband being around. Sounds like an insecurity on her part because she mentions that the husband,
Sure does.
Nick, she wants to set up single women with her friends, so they take the attention away from potentially going out with Nick, who must be a chick magnet. I'm guessing. I guess Nick is so desirable that every woman is going to
banging everybody she knows.
Is going to steal her. Nick's going to steal. Nick's going to basically go wander off the reservation with a single female acquaintance.
Can't say
really
that.
can't say that.
Well, I mean, it's just a figure. Or wander off the grid.
Yes, we know it's a figure of speech.
Wander
It's
off
a
the grid.
it's a racist figure.
Wander
of
off the
speech.
grid.
You really got to. You really got to save that one.
Wander off
Save
the
that
grid.
one for your family parties.
Yeah, wander off the grid.
So you're saying I just don't see how that's a positive thing. Because if she's that into it, then she's not going to let her husband hang out with those guys because she might believe that those guys will turn her husband gay. I mean, either way, this doesn't work. She has to just stop doing it. How are you going? I mean, I don't think faking gay is a good idea for anything.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Well, I mean, of course, the simple answer is the direct approach to say, hey, we appreciate your help. We're currently, you could just say this, hey, we're currently on a few dating apps that, unbeknownst to you, and we're actually talking to other women that we're interested in. So your friends that you're bringing to us, we appreciate it, but we don't need them at this time because I'm already talking to somebody, and she doesn't need to know who you're talking to. So she
you don't think she's going? Who are you talking to? What's her name?
Just say a woman I met on a date. I met a woman on Hinge. I met a woman on Match.com. Her name's Becky, so I'm talking to her. Yeah, maybe I'll bring her around one day, but as of right now, but I appreciate you bringing around your friends, but I already have somebody I'm kind of cultivating at this moment. If you want to stick with the straight, heterosexual act, so.
You know what? I like that you could stay straight. Yeah. Or you can go the other way. Yeah. You can go the other way with it.
Doesn't this just seem weird? Like she's setting him up, and Nick and the guys are just supposed to,
Yeah.
It just seems unreal. It's like a sex ring. She's bringing women around to introduce. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Well, so she sounds like she doesn't want her husband Nick to hang around with these two guys, or like only if they're couples. Like sounds like she wants his friends, Nick's friends, to get a woman, and they could have like a couples get together.
I think it sounds like she doesn't want her husband hanging out with his guy friends.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it's like
doing
with
guy stuff.
Yeah, unless it's in the confines of couples, dates.
She's crazy. Who in her right mind would do this more than one time?
I think it's
more
common.
And then you go on a trip, and she brings girls just for the intention of you need to meet them.
Yeah,
and date them and marry them.
That one seems a little weird because if you go on a trip and you don't know who's you know who's going, and then two random people show up, don't you almost feel like? I mean, don't you kind of have to entertain them, kind of?
How about this?
Yeah,
mind your own business.
Well, I mean, you don't want to.
I think mind your own business. It's not her job or her business to.
Right. Obviously, that's the easy answer. But then the problem is, then you create tension between because then then the wife doesn't like Nick's friends.
Nick, I don't want you going out with those guys.
And then Nick can hang out with his friends, and that breeds resentment. And who knows what Nick's going to do after that? And I don't know.
Well, are you saying he's going to like flip out?
No, I'm not saying he's going to flip out. Maybe, but I'm saying like maybe because she keeps him away from his friends, that does breed resentment, and that could materialize in their marriage at some point down the road if she becomes overbearing or controlling.
Plus, it's going to get weird. Every single person she knows, she tried to introduce to.
Well, sounds like she knows a lot of people. Sounds like she knows lots of women. So.
What did he say? He said friends, coworkers, and neighbors.
She's running through everybody she knows. She's going to run out of people. Eventually, she's going to sign them up for Tinder and stuff like that.
And maybe she'll just go with dudes then. Yeah. Maybe she'll just go that way. Yeah. If you don't like, I brought around 100 girls. If you don't like them,
I'm running out of friends now. I got to get my cousins involved. My single cousins.
Yeah, put those guys on the Bachelorette show, right? Like, isn't there like a Golden Bachelorette where like there's like 10, 12 guys or 20 guys vying for the affections of one?
That was for like old
woman.
People.
The Golden Bachelorette.
Yeah, the Golden Bachelorette. Yeah, but I mean it's like the same concept. The Bachelor, the Bachelorette.
Why would you say the? Why don't you just say the regular Bachelor?
Yeah, the Bachelor, Bachelorette.
Why'd you have to bring up the Golden?
I couldn't think of anything.
Are you assuming they're older?
No, but that's the most recent one that's being advertised as the Golden Bachelor. But yeah, of course I think there's a regular Bachelor one too. So,
you know what? I would wonder here. So I'm going to ask our guests before we get started. Let's see, Valerie, Heather, have you guys ever had someone constantly try to set you guys up when you were single? You ever had that happen where that was just like a constantly annoying thing that they did?
Well, I didn't want to have any part of this conversation, so I don't know how to answer that.
Okay.
Sounds like Nick's going to need some new friends.
I'm not endorsing Ted's advice, and
neither am I.
Highly irregular. I don't know. I've been with the same person since like college, so I haven't really had to deal with the whole people setting me up thing. Heather, do you have anything you want to add?
I'm in the same boat. I found my husband in college, and
there you go.
All right.
Together a long
Yeah.
time.
Well,
Good
just
deal.
so you know, that's Ted's
We're
answer for
boring.
everything.
We're boring. We don't have like active dating lives. Sorry, we can't
Yeah.
contribute.
No,
Oh,
no
you
worries,
know
no
what?
worries.
And neither do we. So that's why when Ted gives dating advice, it's always great because it literally comes from a place of no knowledge whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My only dating advice is dating sounds awful. Don't do it. Like that's my advice.
Well, and Ted's advice always goes to just pretend you're gay. It
It
always
is-
ends up.
Just for Marty.
Yeah, there is an overwhelming theme of poison, hitmen, and then pretending that you're gay. And it was weird because one of them was about a terrible gift from the grandma, and we couldn't figure out how pretending you're gay would get you a better gift from your grandma. So yeah, it gets a little strange. It really does. All right, just so everybody knows who we are talking to, our guests this week are from the United States of America Jigsaw Puzzle Association. We have two members of the board, Valerie Coit and Heather Mueller. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited to be here and share our love of jigsaw puzzles.
And I got to be honest with you, I up until about 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, I had no idea that there was competitive jigsaw puzzling. So this is really exciting, and this isn't a bunch of people getting together to hang out and do some jigsaw puzzles. This is hardcore, take no prisoners, 2 people enter, 1 person leaves competition. Is that kind of how you would describe it?
Well, it's not a cage match technically. It's not that intense.
Not yet.
Puzzlers are notoriously very friendly in competition. We have a saying that we're mostly competing against ourselves and our own strengths and our own weaknesses and trying to kind of better our jigsaw puzzle speed as we go. So not so much that we're competing against other people. Obviously we are, but it's a very friendly community. There's not a lot of 2 men enter, 1 man leave kind of situation.
So it's like golf. We're competing against the course.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. You're
You're-
competing against a puzzle,
Yeah.
I would say, primarily.
Okay, and to give a little background, let's see. Valerie, you've been a professional puzzler for almost 25 years. Is that right?
Well, I wish I could say, I joke that I'm professional because I give workshops on how to do it and on how to speed puzzle. Most people understand how to put a jigsaw puzzle together. I think it's fairly obvious, but yeah, I've been doing speed puzzling for a long time. I don't unfortunately get paid for it. That would be nice if any big sponsors are out there listening and want to start paying people to speed puzzle. That would be fantastic.
Hasbro,
we're not
whatever the
quite
big,
at that level of sport yet.
Okay.
It's getting
All right.
there.
And Valerie, Heather, you've been speed puzzling since 2018, and you are actually going to, and this is crazy, in the middle of September, you are going to Spain for the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships. Is that right?
That's correct.
Nice.
Oh,
Holy
Nice.
cow.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you win to be able to go to the World Championships?
I didn't have to win, actually. The qualifiers are in Spain. So you go through quarterfinals and then a semifinals and then just to get to the finals.
So wait, so anybody can go to Spain and be a part of this?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yep. Anybody can do it.
hold on a second. Are you saying that if we felt the urge and took it on, we could head to Spain in 1 month and be in the World Championships?
Yes.
We would make it past the
I'm
quarterfinals.
not guaranteeing you will do well, but you could do it.
Oh,
could
I
I would not
guarantee
do
you do
well.
terrible. I would do absolutely terribly. I feel like I don't have any of the skills to be a good puzzler.
A lot of panic, a lot of
Well, Matt's
second guessing.
dyslexic and colorblind. Right? That works against you.
Yeah, are you puzzle people? I mean, that's my first question for you. Do you do jigsaw puzzles? Do any of you?
It's been a long time.
I do once a
It's
year.
been a long time.
Yeah, I've done jigsaw
During the
puzzles.
holidays, we all get together, and there's always a table with a jigsaw puzzle on it. And at some point during the week, everyone's picking at it, and in the evenings, it's usually like my wife and her mom, and then me or one of the boys, and so it's addictive. I'll tell you that. I mean, you could sit there and get lost, and the next thing you know, 2 hours went by, and you're like, holy crap.
So is that kind of how you guys started? I mean, because I think it's the same way for me. My mom did puzzles all the time, and on our dining room table, there was almost always a 10,000 piece or whatever piece puzzle that was partially getting done, and you walk by and you'd see one piece, and you put it on, and you'd be like, excellent. And you just walk away and leave it for a couple of days. Is that kind of how you guys started?
Oh, yeah, sure. That's kind of how my house is set up right now. There's always a puzzle on my dining table for what I call slow puzzling. And then I've got another table that's like my speed puzzling table. So I can always be doing one slow one and then practicing the speed ones.
What size puzzle, like for the speed? How many pieces?
Typically it's 500, but it ranges from 300 to 1,000.
Oh, and how long does it take, in general, how long does it take if you're speed puzzling, like in a competition, does it take to do a 500 piece puzzle?
Really depends on the puzzle, but I would say anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh my God. You're kidding me.
The fastest people are even faster than that. So I think if you're thinking of doing speed puzzling, I always tell people, are you able to do a 500 piece in under an hour and a half if you want to be competitive? Because that's like a good starting point to work from. But I mean, anybody can learn the skills that you need to learn to like become good at speed puzzling. But yeah, the top people in the world, they're finishing. The fastest time I've ever seen in competition was last year. I was doing I'm one of the commentators for the English live stream of the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship. And last year, Teresa from Czech Republic did a 500 piece puzzle in just over a half hour. Wow. It was like 30 minutes. And I've never seen anybody finish a puzzle that quickly. That was astounding.
Here's my question. I was given a list of pre-approved questions here, but I'm gonna go off script on this. I'm gonna ask, is there a way to cheat? I mean, let's just say this woman. No, I'm serious. Let's just say this woman knew the puzzle.
I knew you were going to ask that.
You know, because I mean, every sport, like every competition, no matter how friendly it is, there's always somebody who wants to get ahead. I mean, I bowl, I play softball, I do other stuff. You know, golf. Obviously, there's always going to be that group of people who just want to obviously there's a way to artificially manufacture your performance. So, is there a way to I'm not saying performance enhancing drugs, of course, but is there like a way to somehow get past the judges?
Okay.
So. Well, Riddling's outlawed. No Riddling.
So how it works in competition is you have everybody at a table. All of the conditions are the same. Right. Like everybody has the same, hopefully good lighting, same table conditions, same space to work with. They're given a puzzle, ideally that's unpublished, so there's no chance that they would have ever constructed it before. Right. It's a brand new, being debuted puzzle.
Right.
Basically, they count down to 0, the timer starts, and everybody opens the puzzle and just races to finish.
Gotcha.
So I think cheating is pretty difficult.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned performance enhancing drugs. I don't even know if that's a thing because it might give you shaky hands or, I don't even know if that would help.
Well, not if it's LSD. Isn't LSD supposed to really open your mind up, and so that could be a performance enhancing drug for that type of competition.
I think that would be more distracting than.
Yeah, I'd like to see what that puzzle looks like when it's done.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
You just put them all together, melt it,
smash everything.
All right. So are there any physical characteristics that would be an advantage? And I'm thinking like extra fingers, longer arms, webbed feet, shorter legs. Would any of those things help?
I think that I think having a strong core is really good because a lot of the top competitors, when you're watching them, they will be standing, and so they're bending over a table, and that just, I think, maybe creates a more sense of urgency to complete it quickly versus sitting. I have seen people who are ambidextrous and just really, really good at using both hands at all times, like literally putting pieces in almost simultaneously with both hands. I think, having really good dexterity is important. But, there's people that surpass barriers like color blindness, so things like that you would think would be really make it difficult. But, there are people that then work on other skills. So maybe it's really becoming excellent at identifying just really small, unique characteristics of the puzzle shape, or having a really good recall memory, photographic memory. If you can just look at the box and then now you have that image in your head and you can easily reference that without having to look at the box. So there's some natural characteristics I think could be helpful, but I think more than anything, just practice and doing a lot of different types of puzzles and a lot of different types of images are probably the best tips out there. What do you think, Heather?
Yeah, for sure practice. Because I know when I started in 2018, I didn't know what I was getting into, but I was definitely not that good. And the practice has definitely, brought me up to where I feel comfortable going to worlds and competing.
So it's puzzling. So it's a hobby, right? It's a hobby, and then you're taking it to another level. Have you ever done the same puzzle like multiple times? Like you have your favorite movie, your favorite book. I reread books all the time, and I think Matt's guilty of that too. Yeah. So is there a puzzle that you always go back to just to enjoy?
I do. I have a 2,000 piece Ravensburger puzzle that's like postage stamps, and it's a really cute Disney puzzle, and I go back to it every so often. It's kind of like a comfort puzzle.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And actually, I was going to mention too the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association. If you go to our website, usajigsaw.org, got to get that in there. If you go to the website, we have we call it a speed run puzzle. And it's a designated puzzle that you can order from the company Cobble Hill. And we actually have a web scorer site, and people can submit their times and they can do the puzzle as many times as they want. And people get it down to just a crazy low number. Like people will get it to where they can do that 500 piece Cobble Hill puzzle in like 23 minutes. Like they'll just keep doing it over and over until they literally have every piece memorized. They know exactly where it goes when they grab it, and they just get unbelievably fast.
That would be a fun part. That would be a fun party trick.
Yeah.
That would be a fun part.
And you
throw
can do it as an individual, as a pair, as a 3-person team, or a 4-person team. So you can also, like, if you're a family or you have friends who like to, work on it, you can just keep doing it and keep submitting the time and see if you can beat everybody else at it.
So I haven't put together a jigsaw puzzle in years, but my recollection was always try to start with the border, right? Like I don't know if as a professional, like you want to like find the border first and then kind of fill it in, or how do you guys? What's your protocol for approaching it? I mean, do you start in the middle? Do you just, or obviously you want to find the most recognizable pieces first, and then you could obviously put it together a lot faster. So how would you approach a puzzle? Like if you had 1,000 pieces with nothing.
I'll let Heather answer that one. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I always do the edge when I'm slow puzzling. I always do the edge. I actually like to do the edge while I'm sorting. So I'm a big sorter. So I'll sort lots of different piles of the different colors of that puzzle. And then I'll kind of just do the edge at the same time. It kind of makes the sorting a little more fun when you're like putting a few pieces in together. But with speed puzzling, you don't always do the edge. My go-to is if the puzzle's really busy, I will do the edge. And if it's not busy and it's more like little sections, then I will, do the edge in sections.
Okay. All right. So I know that when Tiger Woods, professional golfer, probably one of the greatest golfers of all time, when he was little and he was practicing, his dad would make noises and bother him and do all this stuff to help him to get focused and stuff. Do you have your husband or the kids behind you just screaming at you, or where's dinner? And as you're doing your speed
like sports,
puzzling, heckling you and kind of doing that just to make it easier when you're in competition. Is that a thing?
I mean, my family will do that anyway. They will. I have an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old, so they need me all the time. But actually, in competitions, you can use headphones and earbuds. So I've really grown to use music to kind of like get rid of all the other noise.
All right, so is it a calming music or like hardcore
I like
rap?
calm, but some people like more upbeat music. I'm more like the calm, I'll just say Taylor Swift. That's pretty much most of my
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of puzzlers that'll listen to something with like a really fast beat because they think that might help them actually kind of stay at a higher pace. Because it's really easy, you know, if you're a casual puzzler, and most people are before they start speed puzzling, they're into doing it just casually. And you kind of have a rhythm, you know, you just kind of take your time, you're sifting through the pieces. And then when you go into speed puzzling, you really have to leave that behind. And I think one of the hardest things to get used to is maintaining a fast pace. It's easy to just sort of sit back in your chair and get relaxed and then kind of forget that, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be going really fast. So people will, do all kinds of things like listen to headphones, stand the whole time because that just makes them feel like, okay, I got to keep going because my back is killing me and I want to be done with this. So there's lots of techniques that people use. We've literally at the national championships that we just hosted in March, the winner of the individual contest, her name is Alice Rowe, and she's a teenager. She's like 17 and from Colorado. And this is like the first big competition that she ever went to. She came to the national championships because anybody can sign up. And her family had told her, like, you're pretty fast, you should try this. She had these headphones on and she won the individual. She won the final, like, she won the whole thing, the championship individual round. And she took her headphones off when she was done and she was like, how did I do? And meanwhile,
she was in the zone. She was in the zone.
And everybody's standing around her table like, you won, and like freaking out. And she had no idea because she had these like noise canceling headphones on with music and just wasn't paying any attention to what was going on in the venue. Meanwhile, like while she's getting close to finish, the crowd is getting louder and louder and everybody's like noticing like it was really close between her and one other competitor. And so there was a lot of noise and disruption, but she just tuned it all out.
Yep.
Wow. That is awesome. All right, now let's do this. If I'm like a tiger mom and I'm raising a child and I want them to be the greatest puzzleist of all time. All right, so I want you to think about this. If I started somebody young and I said, this is your track, you're not going to play baseball or football or volleyball or soccer. This is what you're going to do. What things would I need to beat into them and force them to do in their training so they would be great puzzlers? Like what kind of things would I want to start with very young?
Oh boy. Well, officially they call it disectologist, just so you know. Like that is the official word for a person who does jigsaw puzzles.
Wait.
So you're
hold
close
on.
with puzzleist, but it's disectologist.
Like dissect a frog?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that is a good question because it's not unheard of for us to have folks that contact us as an organization and are like, hey, my kid is really good at puzzles, really likes to do puzzles. Like, are there things I can do to kind of nurture a speed puzzling, kind of phenom at some point potentially? I don't know that there's a really good answer for that. I mean, for me, it's like you have to really enjoy doing puzzles. I would hate to think of somebody making their kid do it because they think they're fast when their kid doesn't actually really like puzzles that much.
Valerie,
I
I think you're missing most of children's sports. I don't think. Well, yeah, I think you have not been part of children's sports at all because
maybe Heather can answer better than I can. You have children. I'm childless, so
okay.
I don't know.
Heather, you've obviously forced your children to do things they don't want to do. Sports. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would be some things that a young person could start doing if they're just like, man, this is really cool? Because I was on YouTube and I'm watching the nationals and I'm watching the world championships and I'm watching everybody do this stuff and it's pretty cool. So I mean, what could be something that if somebody was interested in it, you would say, hey, these are one or two things that would really make them a better disectologist.
Thank you. I mean, the obvious one is just you have to puzzle. The more they puzzle, the more they're getting used to it. There are some kids that compete in Europe that are very, very good. And they compete with adults in some of the events. They're not old enough to do the individual event, but they compete as pairs and teams because they have gotten to that point where they've done so many puzzles that they can compete at an adult level. So they do exist, but just puzzling in general. I know my kids, they don't have the patience to sit through a puzzle. I've gotten them, they each have gone through one competition apiece and they've felt the feeling of winning and they still don't want to do it again. So
Now, you guys talk about this all individual stuff, but there's teams where teams of 2s, 3s, and 4s do the puzzling, and I got to figure that that's pretty wild. You had to have seen some really cool stuff during these things, and I'm guessing that when teams lose, when it's team stuff, there tends to be a little bit more yelling and screaming. Have you ever seen any teams like after a loss just absolutely melt down and just lose their minds?
No, not really. I mean, I think too, one of the things that's interesting going into it is like if you're practicing with your team, like you kind of know about where you stack up because you can literally just go and get the puzzle that you see online that they did and then test yourself and be like, hey, how did we do by comparison? So I don't think anybody really goes in and gets this like crazy surprise results. Maybe if you're going to like a local contest or something on a smaller level where it's going to be lots of people who are trying this for the first time, I think that happens where people go and they just did it as a lark and then they get there. And that's how my team got started. Like we did it for the first time and won our first contest. And then we became addicted to the rush of winning. And none of us were athletic. So we were just like, oh my gosh, you guys, we're good at a sport. This is incredible. So we just got super excited about it. But yeah, I think most people kind of know where they're going to. Yeah,
sorry,
go ahead, Heather.
The biggest drama I can think of is when pieces are missing. Because there's 4 people in there, there's 8 hands. There's just always ends up being a piece on the floor, a piece missing that we're all like frantically searching for in that last few seconds of being done.
Always check the couch. Always checking the couch. So I have a non-competition question because my family's been doing puzzles for a long time. Not my immediate family right now, but my grandmother always had a puzzle out, and I know my mother-in-law always did puzzles, and her mom did puzzles. So we have all these old puzzles. It's like they never threw them away. Some of them got donated, but you don't throw a puzzle in the garbage ever. It's like a book. You pass it on or you donate it, right, to Salvation Army. But my mother-in-law still has like a bunch of old puzzles, and my mom still has a bunch of old puzzles from when she was a little girl that she did with her mom. So are there classic puzzles that actually have value or that are rare? Or that are super popular, or I mean, can you break some of that down, like like classic puzzles?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of people that collect puzzles, and there's a lot of, especially older puzzles too, because those can be just hard to find. And so, there's different series of puzzles that used to be, produced and still are. Like it might be a particular artist or a type of art, and so. People, they collect those. I've done all kinds of different types of puzzles. Like you can do what's called push puzzles. And those are some of the earlier puzzles because they didn't have like the kind of little knobs and the connecting things. It was more like everything was kind of smooth lines. So you just kind of pushed the pieces together. So there's those types of collector puzzles and older puzzles. I mean, there's just a ton of options out there. I think if you go on eBay, you'll get a good sense of like, what is collectible or what are people potentially looking for. There's really expensive puzzles that are like wooden puzzles. If I go to the thrift store and I see a wooden puzzle on the shelf, I'm getting it because usually it's priced at like $5 or less. But in reality, those sell for anywhere from $50 to hundreds of dollars, depending on the brand and whether it was hand cut or laser cut or, so you can really, there's a giant world out there of jigsaw puzzles if people are into it that they can start to look into. And just, I would say too, now since the pandemic, jigsaw puzzles have really exploded. And there's just so many cool new brands out there and art that if you have like a really niche interest, you can find art now or a puzzle that will like cater to that, I feel like. Yeah, so would you add anything to that, Heather, as far as like collectible puzzles or?
I think
Yeah.
more brands are doing like series of puzzles. So, like Ravensburger has their cozy brand, and people try and collect all of those. Or, like Dean Adams has McAdam. Yeah, he has like a series of puzzles, and I like to try and get all of them. So,
Yeah, so this actually
Yeah.
this conversation reminded me. I was reading like a few months ago. I guess like, there was just a guy, and he wasn't a puzzler, but he was going to Costco, and he was buying a special type of puzzle, and because I remember it was a puzzle that they sold at Costco, and he would buy like a whole pallet full of them, and then like resell it on Amazon. So obviously that was a very popular. I can't remember what the puzzle was, but they did mention that the specific item was a puzzle that he bought. And he would buy he bought like he just bought it all out and then would resell it on Amazon. I see he made pretty.
No,
good
I
money
mean,
doing it.
Well,
yeah, I could see
I
that.
don't
think it's-
recommend that,
Yeah.
but I do. I do know there's like there's a lot of difference in different countries too. So there are people in the States that like buy through third-party sellers to get puzzles from Europe that aren't available here.
Like
And
bootleg puzzles.
they're not
No.
really bootleg because they'll be like a major brand, but like Ravensburger is a global brand and they have offices all around the world. And there's artists that they work with in Europe that aren't licensed to necessarily sell in the United States and vice versa. So people from around the world will be like, well, I want that Disney puzzle that they only sell in the US. So then they'll like arrange for someone here to like buy it and then ship it to them. And then they pay that third party seller. So there's a lot of that kind of thing that I know goes on because of just what is available in the different countries.
Well,
You know,
I know it's gotten popular because there's a store like in the malls. It's a game store, board game store, and the puzzle section. Like since COVID, we noticed it because we go to Mall of America once a year when I'm in Minnesota for the holidays. The puzzle section in that store is like twice as what it used to be, and it's all like recent like television shows and board games that they're turning into puzzles. I mean, it's a growing industry, I think. I mean, when that board game store, we looked at it and we're like, holy crap, they got a puzzle for like almost everything now.
Well, here, I'll give you some numbers real fast. Professional puzzling is a $2.6 billion sport per year. 40% of the adult population does at least one puzzle a year. And this is wild. In the UK, 63% of adult people do a puzzle. And I did not know this, I had no idea, 1.8 billion puzzles are sold each year. I'm guessing, Valerie and Heather, you are part of that 1.8 billion on a pretty high level.
I mean, I'd like to think so.
So how many puzzles do you
I
buy?
don't know.
How many puzzles do you buy a year, you think?
Oh, I don't buy as many as I used to because I don't do as much of the speed puzzling anymore. Now I'm a commentator. Now I just observe and I comment on things. But I mean, Heather, yeah, a lot of speed puzzlers are very active in trading and swapping puzzles too, just so you know. It's like one of the ways to make it sustainable is you find other people that also like to speed puzzle and you just kind of trade each other's quantity of stuff so that you're not going broke buying puzzles all the time.
So, Heather, are you going broke buying puzzles all the time?
Probably. So I'm like it's called a max groupie with this company called speedpuzzling.com, and they do online competitions. So I do 4 competitions a month. So that's 4 new puzzles that I buy every month that actually I bought back in December when I signed up, and then they get shipped to my house. So for sure I've got 4 plus the other ones that I buy. So
How many puzzles do you have in your house right now? In the basement, in the closet?
Be honest.
not as many as some I've seen.
Okay.
Right.
I don't have a huge collection because I do sell some of my puzzles too.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace has become a real boon to puzzle people too. It's a really easy way to sell some and then also get puzzles, like because you can usually just say I'm selling this whole lot and you're selling like 15 puzzles or whatever, and that's an easy way to get a bunch at a time. There's a lot of you know how there's little free libraries. A lot of people now set up little puzzle libraries, and so it's like a neighborhood little stand out in your yard, and it's just filled with puzzles, and people drop off and pick up. And So there's a lot of that. And I'm glad that Heather mentioned the virtual competitions, because that's a really good way for people to get started in competing if they're curious about it. There's a lot less expense involved because you're not having to travel and, pay to participate in a whole big in-person event, but you can just do stuff online, just Zoom contests. That actually just became a thing during COVID. I had never seen that before. And then during COVID, people started doing Zoom contests, and it was like, oh my gosh, why haven't we been doing this forever? It's so easy and fun, and just a really great way to get people exposed to the sport.
Well, speaking of traveling, is there a convention?
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm glad you asked. So the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association, we host a championship. We're going to be hosting like yearly, but every other year we're going to host kind of a convention aspect. So in 2024, we just in March had our kind of competition/convention, and then we'll do that again in 2026. But in 2025, we're going to host a championship, but we're hoping to kind of tag on to a larger convention, like, all these like pop culture type conventions that are out there. Like I was just at Gen Con in Indianapolis for a weekend hosting puzzle competitions. So we're looking at in 2025 doing something like that, so people can still come and have a convention experience while also doing the Jigsaw Puzzle Championship.
Oh, I like that. Okay, now before we let you go, I like to help our guests by giving them some creative suggestions to make whatever they do a little bit more exciting. And I have a few things that I thought might make speed puzzling a little bit more exciting. And I want you to be 100% honest. I don't want you to pull any punches, okay? All right. So you have speed puzzling. What about endurance puzzling? All right. And it's literally doing as many puzzles as you can. Last person standing wins.
That's funny that you mentioned that, because literally there's a group called Orange County Speed Puzzlers, and they're hosting a 24-hour marathon in February. And people, I think, can still sign up for it. I think they still have spots available. It's going to take place in Southern California. And basically you have a team of 8 people that can puzzle at any, or no, how many is it? Like a team of 8, but then team of 8, but I think there's only 4 people puzzling at a time, I believe. And basically they have a slate of puzzles picked out already, and they're just going to give you one after the other. You just have to do the one, and then whichever team does the most in 24 hours wins the contest.
Okay, I love that.
And it's based on a competition in Belgium that's been going on for a long time.
Okay, so as they're doing this, if they want to add to it, I thought, as it's endurance puzzling, extreme heat, extreme cold, or like the Army does, just insanely loud music being played the whole time, just to make it a little tougher. And again, these are just ideas I'm throwing out there. Yeah.
Puzzling in traffic.
I mean, maybe it's worth a shot. I don't know. I mean, it sounds a little different than typical, but
extreme puzzling.
I like,
extreme puzzling.
I actually like puzzling in traffic. Yeah, I think puzzling in traffic actually sounds like a good idea.
Like driving,
like
puzzling
Frogger.
while you're driving.
Yeah, Frogger and puzzling.
Yeah, well, driving and puzzling.
I think
driving and puzzling.
Here's an idea of something that would be considered mind-blowing for competition participants. Just not giving them the image. So we're not quite at blaring music or puzzling in traffic. That's probably the how as wild as it gets.
Okay, I like that, but not giving the image. Yeah, I was going to say that
would be like
crazy. That seemed the most logical thing. Like, yeah, you get the puzzle pieces, you get like a stack of say 500 pieces without knowing what it is, and see, I think that would be that's ratcheting it up.
Just do it upside down.
Just do it upside down.
That's ratcheting up the degree of difficulty.
Well, no, that'd be too hard. Okay, I got a couple more. Full contact puzzling, where you're actually fighting and puzzling at the same time. I mean, I need you to be honest. These, you know, I mean, these are things, and you can have these. These are all free. I tell every guest, whenever I make a suggestion, these are free. You don't have to give me any credit. You don't have to say that I came up with it. You can just say, hey, I had this great idea. Why don't we start kicking each other and puzzling at the same time? And somebody's going to say yes to that.
No. What you do is you just flip over the table of your competitor, and they have to start the puzzle over again.
It can get a little hairy with 4 people trying to puzzle super fast around a table anyway. So you're getting in each other's way. There's hands flying everywhere. I mean, you know, it's not really with intention to like harm the other people, but it's a little crazy.
Okay, I just got a couple more. Okay, this one gets the fans involved. Okay, have the people who are in the stands, they get to throw or shoot things at the puzzlers. Now, not like bricks or guns, but kind of like fun stuff like rotten fruit or animal body parts,
Nerf guns.
Yeah. So what would you say?
Oh, you lost me at body parts, but
yeah.
I mean, they're animal body parts, not people. That's wrong, Heather.
I immediately thought of Renfest with the tomato throwing. I'm like, yeah, that could be fun.
Okay, see, you know what? And then you get a different group of people. Like you're gonna get some different people because I know like puzzling is like 70% women. You might as you get as things get more violent, you're gonna get to that whole different thing. Okay,
I think it's a pretty different vibe. If you come to a contest, you'll quickly realize that these kinds of things probably wouldn't go over. It's a very
but
I would say I get this all the time when I do the live streaming is people will start watching and they're like, I can't believe I'm watching competitive jigsaw puzzling. And then like 5 hours later, they're like, why am I still watching this? And then we get a lot of comments that are like, this is the most wholesome thing I've ever seen. Yeah. So I don't think we want to mess with that. I think we like it. We like the brand of being wholesome family.
I'm just talking about expanding. I mean, I sat through the Olympics and I said the same thing. I can't believe I'm watching this crap. I don't know what's going on.
I say that every time I'm watching bags on TV.
Yeah.
Cornholing. Yeah. Every time that's on TV, I'm like, what
it's on ESPN.
Yeah. I'm like, I would much rather watch puzzling than cornhole.
That should be in the Olympics.
ESPN 8 just did a thing on jigsaw puzzling. It made it onto the Ocho. So there was a jigsaw puzzle championship event that was on the Ocho just in like beginning of August.
Nice.
Yeah.
Breaking through the glass
We're
ceiling.
hitting the big time.
Yeah.
I was watching the Ocho. I didn't see speed puzzling. All right, so are you guys like trying to get in the Olympics or something like that? Like to get in the World Games or because I know the World Games is kind of like a precursor to the Olympics. If you get in that, you get a chance to go there. I mean, could that be, in LA 2028?
If chess can make it into the Olympics, I think speed puzzling should definitely be in the Olympics.
Wait a minute.
I would argue it's even more physical than chess because chess is very much,
Are you saying
a
chess?
logic, game. It's a total mind, game. But this, like, you have to have like good dexterity. You have to have like really fast spatial awareness. Like there's just lots of physical characteristics that go into being a really good speed puzzler. So yeah, I think it should be in the Olympics.
This is awesome because we were pushing when we were pushing for breakdancing. And we all saw how that ended.
We saw Ray Gunn.
We didn't appreciate that.
We saw Ray Gunn at the Olympics.
Get off her. I'm so sick of people ripping on her.
No, I'm
man.
not ripping on her, but I'm saying she's famous. But
she's famous.
For not.
Well, speaking of famous, who's the most famous puzzler that you guys can think of?
Yeah, who's like the Michael Jordan of puzzling?
No. Wait. 2-part question. Like
globally?
Celebrity that we would all know who's like a puzzler. You know what I mean? Like Robert De Niro's like addicted to puzzling, and then like what Ted just said, who is the most famous puzzler in the puzzling community?
Yeah.
Well, Kristen Bell just puzzled against Tammy McLeod in like a Mark Rober YouTube video. So we know she's a big puzzler.
Yeah. So Kristen Bell, Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah.
Megan Mullally, and why can't I think of his actual name? It's not Ron.
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman. Yeah, they're also really into jigsaw puzzling and post on Instagram quite a bit.
So you know what they do when they finish a puzzle? They will dress up as the characters in that puzzle and then take a picture with the puzzle.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
very weird.
Very cute. Yeah.
Okay, see, now it's funny. Valerie said it's very cute. I immediately thought it was really weird.
They're pandering to their audience, that's all.
The most famous puzzler, if you ask like the most famous puzzler, I think everybody in the speed puzzling world knows who Alejandro Clemente Leon is. He's the fastest jigsaw puzzler in the world. He's won all 3 of the world championship competitions, and it's if you watch him and you see him puzzling, I tell people this all the time, and it's totally true. He's moving so fast that you feel like you're watching your YouTube video at like 1.5 speed or like double speed, because it's just incredible. Like he's impressive. He was just featured in a New York Times article. They just did a big feature on speed puzzling, and he was in there. He was photographed, and they interviewed him, and he's a genius at speed puzzling.
Hey, we all got to be something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a genius at nothing. So yeah,
you're not exceptional in any way.
I am unexceptional. Yeah, people are just like, look at you. You walked all the way here and you didn't fall. And it's like,
that's a nice shirt you're wearing, by the way.
Yeah. You put that on forward just like you're supposed to. All right, ladies, thank you so much for being on. And a reminder to everybody: go to usajigsaw.org. Or you can just Google USA JPA, and you can find the ladies on there and all the cool stuff they got going on. There's an Illinois competition. The Illinois state competition is actually next week, I think. Yeah, the 30th of, and there's actually a lot of state competitions coming up in the next couple months. But yeah, and you know what? It's literally 5 miles away from where we are.
Well, I'm going to the Minnesota State Fair in a week, so they might have something set up there too.
I think theirs is in a couple weeks. I think Minnesota.
Yeah, no, Minnesota State Fair starts this week, Thursday.
No, it starts on Thursday. I'll be there opening day.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, go to the puzzle twist booth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've done that before. Yeah.
No way. You guys are going to be at the.
Wait, are you guys from Minnesota?
Because they're from Minnesota. Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, I'll be there. I'll be there on Thursday. I have tickets already. Yeah,
No way! I am going to be there on Thursday.
Right. I'll see you there. No, I'm serious. My sister-in-law got discounted tickets from Cub or something. I think from Cub Foods. But yeah, I'll be there Thursday for sure.
Oh, you have to take some pictures with the ladies. You
That's
absolutely
the best day
have
to go.
Yeah,
You have picked the best day to go. The first day of the state fair is the least attended. And I know this because I used to work in 4-H, so I would actually live at the state fair for days. And it's when the state fairgrounds are the cleanest. So
Right.
I always say to go on the first day.
We always go,
It hasn't gotten smelly yet from the gazillion French fries and cookies that have been trodden upon on all the sidewalks and streets. So you're going on the best day. It's a little.
Yeah, I've never been on the. I've been
tip
there. I've been there. I mean, I've probably been to the state fair 25 times, but I've never been on opening day. It's always on a weekend, so it always is kind of crazy. I've gone during the week too, but never opening day. My sister-in-law said the same thing. Let's go opening day. It's the best day to go. So
yeah, Valerie, I got some bad news. You're never going to be a spokesperson for the Minnesota State Fair. The way, come on Thursday.
Wonderful.
After that, it's basically crap.
Well, just for the first day, she's a spokesman.
I go at all times. I've gone on the last day. I'll go whenever because get me to the fair food. It's fantastic. I will go whenever. But this year we made a point of let's go on the first day when it's a little less crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you know what? I got to do this before I let you go. I'm going to give both you and Heather a little quiz. Okay, puzzling quiz. These are outstanding puzzling things. What is the largest puzzle, most puzzle pieces ever done? That's the record for the most puzzle pieces, the biggest puzzle ever completed. Either one of you guys know?
Well, I think I have an answer, but I'm not sure now.
Well, you should.
I'm second
Yeah, because
guessing now.
it keeps changing.
It does. It keeps changing.
This is the last. This is the. Go ahead.
I think it's a 63,000 dowdle puzzle or something, isn't it? That's the current world's largest.
Heather, do you have a guess?
Yeah, I'd say the dowdle is the most recent one.
Okay, so this is what I have. A group in China completed a puzzle with 500,000 pieces.
Oh, no, you're right. I did see that in the Guinness book or whatever. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you got to verify that, right? Guinness book.
Okay. This one is, what is the actual biggest puzzle ever completed in square meters? In square meters, biggest puzzle ever.
I have no idea.
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
So in Dubai, they just completed not too long ago. I think it was last year, a 6,000 square meter puzzle that is a little bit bigger than a football field.
Yeah, it's like
Oh my
20,000 square
gosh.
feet.
I was going to guess like 100 square meters or something. So I wouldn't have been anywhere close. That's insane. I've never heard of this. Where are you getting these statistics?
I always do my research. I have to do it.
The
I have to do it.
internet, did you find it on the internet?
There's always something. And I did not know this. You guys probably know this. There's underwater puzzles. Do you guys know this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did know that.
Any idea what country has the largest underwater puzzle? They just completed a few months ago the largest underwater puzzle ever.
I'm going to guess Greece, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to just guess.
Atlantis.
I'm gonna say Australia.
I was gonna say
Actually, once again, Dubai. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
they are-
Dubai is really wanting to
got a-
corner the market
It's
on
a frickin'
weird
desert.
puzzle records. It
It's
sounds
not a
like.
desert.
No.
It is literally
Are they
they
coming
pay.
to World?
Yeah, they
Do they have
pay.
a speed puzzling community?
I bet they do.
Well, they got all the live golfers.
They're not.
They got all the PGA
I've
golfers.
memorized the 73 countries that are going to Worlds.
73 countries?
Yeah, 73. And they're not, Dubai is not one of them. I shouldn't say I'm memorizing the countries. I'm memorizing the flags because on everybody's table, they have like the little flag of like, here's the country that this participant represents. And when I was commentating last year, I would see the flag and be like, I can't tell what country that is. So this year I have like studied up and I know all the flags. I've got those 73 country flags just ingrained in my memory now.
That is actually really impressive. I got to be honest with you. That is super professional. I
just bought some flashcards off of Amazon.
Wow. You know why I will never be good at puzzles? I will never put that much effort into anything. I can't even get a job. So yeah, people are just like, yeah, how much effort are you going to put in? I'm like, very little.
Get a job,
Let's
sir.
be 100% honest. I am good. I would do whatever the bare minimum is. I'm going to go 10% below that. Yeah, and then I'm going to complain about it too. All right.
I take the commentating very seriously. The people want to know things. So
I am super excited. Now, if we want to check that out, is that straight on YouTube? Is that where you can find it? Or
Yep.
yeah. All right.
Yep.
So
yeah, just go to YouTube and look up World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship. They have a whole channel. You'll find the previous ones, and then that's where all of them will air this year.
all right, I'm looking forward, Valerie, to listening to you commentate. And Heather, we will be your online supporters when you are at the World Championships. So we will be commenting only positive things.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, go in the comments, give me a shout out. I'll say hello on the live stream. That would be great.
Oh, that will be awesome. All right, Valerie, good luck with your commentating. Heather, I hope you crush. No, hold on. It's a nice thing. I hope you barely beat, just by a little bit, all those other countries that won't be as good as you.
Yeah, nice. Good luck in Spain for sure.
Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ladies.
And I'll see you guys on
Yeah,
Thursday.
thank
I'll
you.
see you Thursday.
Yeah, this was super fun. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right.
All
Thank
best.
you so much. Take
Bye.
care. Oh man, is that? I
didn't
don't-
know. You didn't say they were from Minnesota. I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought you went on the website. Yeah,
No, I didn't.
dude.
No, that's cool. I'm
Is this? I mean, it's crazy, right? And that's weird that you're going to meet. We're going to meet more people.
Yeah.
That we have on it because when we went to go say hi to Vic, that was really cool.
Yeah. Well, it's
Right.
funny. You're going to see.
Oh, at the hot
You're going
sauce.
to
Yeah.
see. You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
see
yeah. I'm gonna-
these guys next week.
yeah.
Yeah. What are they?
No,
after that?
Thursday.
Yeah. That's
not next week.
what a coincidence.
This
yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
The 24th. I'll
Right.
be there.
So you will not be golfing with us this weekend?
No, I'm going to Minnesota tomorrow.
When are you coming back?
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable when you leave because then it's just me and Ted.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you
Yeah.
got other people, besides me. I hope. So-
What? Are we supposed to have more than two friends? How does that even work?
I'm going to golf in Minnesota too. Actually, I'm going to golf in Wisconsin. I'm going to go to Kilcarney Hills.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's that, in
I love
Madison?
that course.
Where's
No,
that?
it's right on the other side of the St.
I see.
Croix River.
Okay.
Man, I got to be honest with you. I knew that this was going to be fun. It just looked, when I found out about this and I went online and saw the videos, it just looks cool.
Yeah.
So it's funny because Nolan, my oldest, was in Minnesota for a week about a month ago, and he came home because he knows there's a lot of puzzles there, and we always puzzle. We always do a puzzle when we're there. He came home with this, what he thought was a puzzle because there was logos on it, and it looks like a puzzle. He thought it was a logo puzzle because we had one similar to that, and he brought it home. It turns out it was a board game. He was actually disappointed. He's like, "Oh man, this isn't a puzzle; it's a board game." It was a logo.
You should have just cut it up into pieces.
Yeah.
Why do we have to look at you twice? Can you get that off the
Was it-
screen?
Oh yeah, okay.
This is crazy.
It wasn't a Ouija board, was it?
No.
Okay.
I can do that. All right.
There you go.
And this is weird. There's a girl online, Karen Puzzles. That's her
Su-
moniker
pseudo
on
name, yeah.
YouTube. She's got 250,000 followers.
Yeah.
That's not a real name?
That's not her real name.
Like Moneymaker, the poker
Yeah.
player? That's
Oh,
his
yeah.
real name.
Yeah, Chris Moneymaker.
Yeah.
Most expensive puzzle ever sold, $27,000.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, what's the Honus Wagner baseball card version of the puzzle? Is there like the puzzle
That's it, right there.
unopened? It's got
From like old.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that, but this the most expensive is. So this one was all hand cut, and all the shapes, all the puzzle shapes, are animal pieces,
Yeah.
are shaped in animals.
That's pretty cool.
All hand cut.
Now, when I go to Goodwill or something, I'm going to be looking for puzzles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to give you an idea of how crazy this is, there's a dude. He changed his name to Enigma,
Yeah, makes sense.
and he had 2,000 puzzle pieces tattooed all over his body.
Wow.
Face,
Oh.
arms.
Well,
saw-
I mean, that's a little
I
extreme.
saw that
That's a little
guy, yeah.
extreme, yeah.
Dude, he looks so weird. All right. There are, and this is really cool. If you get on Amazon, you got to check this out. Don't buy it or don't buy it. They have metal 3D puzzles.
Okay.
And a couple I saw were like ships, like old pirate ships.
yeah.
And
see, that's in that game store. Like, there's game stores, in the malls.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up the name of it. It's not Games Plus. It's
Yeah, I've seen those stores, yeah.
yeah, but there's one in Mall of America, and it's a chain.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
But
about.
they have like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
They have all the. It's a really cool.
Yeah, they used to
store.
have it at the Harlem Irving Plaza.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
So now, but
Back
they
in the
do
day.
have these puzzles they have that are amazing. They're not all traditional puzzles like we were talking about. They're like what you're talking about right now, like a 3D
It's
puzzle.
nuts.
And yeah.
you need an actual
Almost
tool.
like models. They're
Yeah,
almost like models.
it is.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I
That's
was
what
looking at.
yeah.
It seemed a lot more like a model
Yeah.
that you're building, but it was just pieces, and they don't tell you. It's just like a model when you lose the directions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. I saw. Yeah, I know.
I used to
know
do
exactly
models
what
all
you're
the
talking
time.
about.
My
Yeah,
dad and I did cars.
Airplane model or car
We
models.
did cars, mostly cars, a couple airplanes, but mostly cars,
Yeah.
and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And of course, just so you know, and I don't want to bring this up because the ladies were here, but there's hardcore porn puzzles.
I was just
so
going to say,
you know.
there has
But
to
the rabbit
be.
hole I went down was not hardcore porn. You sent the link to erotic puzzles.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that wasn't hardcore porn.
no, but I didn't send you the link to that one.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, but there's erotic puzzles, and then I had to go one step
Yeah,
further.
exactly.
I just
Well,
wanted to
there's a
see
market.
what
There's a
was
market.
there.
There's a market for everything, right?
To me, that's stupid. The erotic one was kind of cool.
The erotic one, I mean, it was pretty
Well, some
cool.
of them were. I mean, it's
Yeah, it was, and they were equally the way I looked, equally guys and girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you accidentally sent me the gay one.
I didn't accidentally send it to you. I sent it to you to show you that it was pretty wild. It was some really wild stuff, man. I was actually really surprised at that. But I mean, if you're selling 1.8 billion puzzles, they can't all be flowers and
Well, of course, it has to be a eclectic mix of everything. What'd you say? What'd you say the Girl Scout cookie sales were per year?
a lot. Dude, that is a
It was
mafia
over
of
$1
mafias.
billion.
Over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So this is right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just
It's
professional
a huge
puzzling.
business, like game boards. I mean, it's a trademarking business too, like Coca-Cola. They have those, the logo ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're paying a lot of money to get the rights to sell that puzzle.
Well, I mean, just those two ladies. I mean, think about that. Valerie and Heather both said that they have their puzzles and they sell puzzles, and it's
Yeah.
all part of that thing where people are kind of either trading it or
Yeah,
selling
it's a
it.
community. It's
have
a
to,
community.
yeah,
Yeah,
you got-
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, swap puzzles with somebody so you could do different puzzles, like reading the same book twice.
I just realized something. Valerie doesn't know what I look like. I know what she looks like, but because the monitor is broken, she's not going to know what
Yeah,
I'm.
I know. I was just
So I'm
thinking
going to go up
that
to
too.
her at the fair.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm your number one
I mean,
fan.
if she saw me on the Zoom, she would recognize me, right?
And then she's
I
going
mean,
to take out a restraining order because she doesn't know who you are.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, I'm not a creep, so I know how to handle myself in public.
No, you have
Ted.
a big
So I
three
will
idiots.
go
So
say
you're going to
hello.
have your shirt on. So
have
number one,
three idiots
shirt
look-
on, hands above the waist.
Yeah.
That's the number
Pants-
two things I
pants-
think you got to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably be holding purses.
Brush your teeth.
What?
'Cause I'll be there with my wife, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law.
And they can't hold the.
I'm joking. I don't hold purses.
Thank God.
You know that.
Thank.
He's a fanny pack
Wait,
guy.
I know that.
Yeah, I don't hold a purse.
He's a fanny pack guy.
So you're just the kind of guy who won't do.
They don't
that.
bring their purses in the fair anyway, so.
No, it's just stuff you can get cotton candy on and spill.
No, everything's on a stick.
Elephant
That's
ears.
the thing. Everything's on a stick.
Hot dog. Yeah.
What?
Everything is on a stick at the state fair.
Yeah. What's the corn dog?
Prono Pups, that's
Yeah.
the name brand, but corn dogs,
I
everything
haven't had
on
a corn
stick.
dog in forever.
Yeah.
So you
Good
get
forever.
Prono Pups is a big one there.
What's
but you
Prono?
get-
What is that?
It's a name brand for a corn dog,
Oh,
but it's a
okay.
little bit different. It's a different cornmeal. The outside's a little bit different. But Pronto Pups are the most popular one there. But you can get everything on a stick, meat on a stick. You can get ribs on a stick. You can get Dutch egg on a stick. You can get
What's
a Dutch egg.
yeah? What's a Dutch egg?
A Dutch egg is a hard-boiled egg wrapped in sausage and then breaded and deep fried on a stick.
Well,
I'm not. That's
as
a
long
Dutch
as
egg.
as long as there's bacon and
I'm
deep fry,
passing.
it's good. Yeah.
Bacon on a stick.
I
if
did
you-
have a Snickers bar, a deep fried Snickers
They
bar.
got those. They got all the desserts on a stick.
It's just too much, man. It's just
it's a
yeah.
bit much.
It was. I think it was Snickers bar dipped in like marshmallow, dipped in chocolate, dipped in peanuts, then a batter, and then it was just.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it was so big,
Yeah.
and there's so much crap in there, but I had to try it.
I mean, there's a place in the South, I think it's called the Heart Attack Grill, where it's one of those contests where if you could eat this meal, you get it for free, but it's like an 8-stack burger with bacon, egg, and they just deep fry the whole thing. And it's obviously as decadent as you can imagine. We're talking about like 10,000 calories, 1,000% cholesterol or
Yeah,
something.
we were gonna have the guy who runs that place. I was talking to him to have him on.
Yeah.
But he goes, this is what he said. He goes, man, I'm really busy. So I said, let's pick a day. He goes, I'm too busy to pick a day. He goes, you're just gonna have to call me the day that you guys record, and if I can do it, I can do it. And I'm just like, yeah,
Who's
that's
this? From where?
from Heart Attack Grill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, it's like, bro, that it just doesn't work like that, man. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't prepare for something that may or may not happen, and
Yeah.
then it's not. Yeah, he goes, but it sounds great. I'd love to be on, but yeah, I'm just super. busy.
Where's the Heart Attack Grill?
I don't remember.
like
where
Alabama?
It was.
Is it
I thought it was, the one I was looking at was in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's a chain then. It must be a chain.
Yeah, I think he's in Vegas, and that's the one he runs.
Okay.
So I think it's the biggest one and
Yeah.
the best one.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google that.
But I
I just
couldn't.
want to see what their menu
Yeah.
looks like. So
Yeah, I mean, as much as I like to do things on the fly,
Yeah.
I can't just on the fly.
So on a side note, just completely off topic. So I just read an article. So the guy, he's a 55-year-old man. He's a CEO of something like a mortgage company or something. He's in an In-N-Out burger. They don't say what state he's in. And I guess there's some kids, some 15-year-old kids at the table nearby. They're splashing water. They're just goofing around.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah, and the water droplets got on him or his precious lady friend who was sitting next to him. And this guy, he's a pretty big dude. He's bald. He's got the beard. Looks pretty muscular. So obviously the other kids all have cameras. So whatever. So the kid, I guess, goes up to apologize to this guy, and this guy, being the real sweetheart that he is, and obviously having good problem solving skills since he's a CEO, puts the kid in a chokehold and basically tosses him to the floor. Of course, the next day, guess what? He goes world star. He's got this mugshot everywhere. So just because his feelings got hurt for a few drops of water. So that was the hill he chose to die on. So we forgot to have that episode, the hill you want to die on. So
No, that's a good one.
that's the hill you wanted to die on.
All right, so speaking of fast food, and we'll end it with this because this is just too good. Okay, you realize fast food will not be around much longer
I didn't know that.
for one simple reason: everyone who works at a fast food place is getting shot at. It's
Yeah.
constantly happening. It is
Yeah.
is literally constantly happening. I have no
You're
idea.
just hearing about it more.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's like a higher expectation by the people who are driving through, like they just have unwarranted expectations about what food they're going to get, or if the people inside are just ridiculously
It's the wild,
incompetent.
wild west.
Or you hear about this one. So the guy, this really just happened recently. He tried to pay for his fast food with drugs.
Yeah.
and they wouldn't take the drugs.
That's what. That's what.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't take the drugs.
So they wouldn't. So the guy comes
It's not
in.
legal currency.
So the guy comes
Well,
in.
the guy paid with stamps. You could pay with stamps, though, right?
You know what?
Forever stamps.
I have no idea, but
Postage is legal.
I immediately
tenure.
pictured Mark's voice. Sir, we can't take heroin for our hamburgers, sir.
That's funny.
Yeah. So he shoots at the drive. He goes in, right?
Yeah.
He makes his order,
Yeah.
and then he offers to pay for the food with
Yeah,
drugs.
he's just bartering. That's all. It's called the barter system. It's a big deal.
I think hard currency, some
Yeah.
kind. I
Black,
don't know if you
black
can take,
market currency.
Yeah, Bitcoin. I don't know what you can take.
Yeah.
So he ends up shooting at the kid,
Yeah.
taking the food or taking the money, and then drives off.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this same guy, he goes to a convenience store. Okay, and he ends up because he's still hungry, and he ends up shooting at the people in the convenience store.
So it's not a problem. It's just one guy.
No, but
It's the same guy.
But he
Every
started.
story.
Everything starts.
I know, just
everything
to-
starts
Yeah.
at the drive-through.
He got triggered. He got
Yeah.
triggered really.
Do you know how the
fast.
drive-through started?
No.
I have no idea.
Oh, this-
McDonald's started the drive-through in Oklahoma, I believe, big military bases in Oklahoma.
Yeah, McAllister.
So there was a yeah, maybe it was there. So there was a McDonald's on base, but there was a rule in the military where the men and women could not be seen in their combat gear outside of the base.
Really?
Yeah, so when they would get off of their training, they lived on base. So when they would get off work, they had their fatigues on or whatever it was, and the rule was you couldn't, go into McDonald's wearing that. You had to go home and change first. So what they did is they opened the drive-through so that they could stop, get their food, and then go home.
Yeah,
so they didn't have to get out of their car.
Great idea.
So they didn't have to get out of their car because they couldn't get out of their car.
Yeah.
So they created a drive-through specifically for that.
You think they would have figured out that those people have guns and that eventually everyone's going to shoot at
I
them?
don't think they had their guns on them. They leave them on the base.
They do?
Yeah.
What if a war breaks out when they're not at work?
I think it's just peacetime. It's training.
I don't understand how anything works. I really, the whole world to me is just a little bit outside of my ability to understand. Sometimes
we know.
I really feel like that.
I know.
I
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
About you.
Wow. What are you really trying to say, Mark?
No, that'd be great. I mean, everybody's got to have the dumbest friend. I mean, in a group of people, let's say you have 10 good friends.
It's not you.
Okay.
As far as somebody knows, I don't know.
Ted, we both didn't look at you.
Okay.
But no, in a group of 10 people, right, there's going to be
It's definitely not Ted.
There's going to be the smartest. There's going to be the best looking. There's going to be the most athletic. But there's also going to be the least athletic.
Yeah.
And the stupidest.
Well,
and the ugliest.
Let's
It's
not
all
go-
relative.
Yeah,
It's all
Right.
relative.
Right.
It's like a sliding scale.
It's
Right.
like my buddy Jimmy. He goes to this dive bar. I won't name of it because you guys have been there before. But it's a really dive bar.
Morrison's.
No, it's not a dive bar. He goes into this dive bar and he's like, dude, I love going to this place. Because he actually, at the time, he was off on Mondays or something like that. So he would go there like in the middle of the day. And he's like, I feel like I'm George Clooney in there. I'm like, the 10 times better looking than everybody in there. Everyone in there's older.
So he purposely goes there.
He's like, yeah, I feel great. It's a great self-esteem builder.
So it's like a 55-year-old man retiring to a community where everybody's at least 75 years old. He's like the young, he's like the young kid on
exactly.
the block. He's
That's
like
right, Jerry.
Like twice as fast. He's like,
He's killing everybody at pickleball,
yeah,
basketball.
he's like what's his name?
Yeah.
Nino from The Matrix. He's just
Yeah.
like moving.
He's like the
at light
best at
speed.
everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everyone there's 80, he's 55.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they,
that's how
they
Jimmy
also,
was. Jimmy would go to his party. He's like, dude, I'm like George Clooney in here.
You know what? I always wondered why attractive women or moderately attractive women hang out with pretty unattractive women, but that would be it. You'd be the queen of your group.
Yeah.
Well, look at the movies. I mean, the leading man is always like the formula is like the leading man is always like a good-looking guy, but like his sidekick is always like kind of a below-average-looking guy because he's no threat. He's no threat to the main character, right? You ever notice that? Yeah, like the second in command, he's always like kind of like a buffoon, and he's like kind of slovenly, overweight. You got like Liam Hemsworth and George Wendt or something. Or
So Teddy, when we hang out, who?
What
the hell?
I didn't think we were gonna. What? Oh,
I don't want to.
oh,
You know what? I don't want to go
no.
down. This is actually a rabbit hole I don't want to go down because if you found out in your group, if you had a group of 10 guys, right, 10 people, whatever,
Yeah.
and if you found out after thinking all this time that you were either the top or the middle, but at least I'm not the worst.
You're in the,
and
you're in the middle percentile.
Yeah, somehow you had it. Everybody was drinking. You had it out one day. And you're like, "You're the dumbest person here," and you're like, "No, I'm not." And you point at this other guy, and they go, "No, man, it's you. It's you. You're the dumbest person."
Here's the
here."
text chain to prove it. the one that you're not on.
Oh my God, that would suck so bad
For that person. For that person.
Oh, you know what?
Because betrayal's a bitch.
Oh man! All right. Obviously, we're going out after the show, and I wonder when we go out. I wonder when we get our drinks that what they think.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could get that because we were out. Teddy, you and I were out yesterday, right? Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it's often.
We were out yesterday, and we got a new waitress
Yeah.
at Howard Street where we're
Yeah.
always at, and she comes back, and this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
She goes, you know what? And she's brand new, never met us.
Yeah.
She goes, everybody here loves you.
And I thought she was going to follow up with like, "We love your podcast." That's what I thought
Yeah.
she was going to say.
But where's the good-looking guy?
Yeah.
Why isn't he
But
here?
it was so weird, and I'm just like,
Where's
no.
the smart one?
I said, you know what? No, I said, you know what they like? I said, we drink a lot.
Yeah.
and then we overtip. I said that's why they love us. And I swear she's like,
So basically, we're just useful idiots.
yeah,
Okay, we're,
yeah. But
here we're
it
the
was-
3 idiots, but over there we're useful idiots.
Yeah,
okay,
we're the
got it.
useful 3 idiots. All right, let's put this thing to bed. Teddy, I'll give you the first shot at last thoughts.
I enjoyed listening to our guests, and I'm thinking about. I'm sure I have like a puzzle somewhere in the house that I've yet to. Everyone has like a puzzle in their house somewhere that's in the closet somewhere with board games. Now I'm thinking about digging it out and see if I can put it together. Not in 45 minutes, of course. Maybe 4 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, you know what? We haven't done that in a while, and we got the big table.
Yeah.
I think I might grab something.
I got room in my house now. I'm gonna have 2 puzzle rooms. I got
Both
2
the
empty
boys'
rooms.
rooms?
Yeah, we're turning. That's what I'm saying. We're turning one of those rooms into a puzzle room.
Or a shrine room.
Yeah.
They have actual puzzle tables.
Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, on Amazon you can get a puzzle table, and it bends at certain angles. So if you don't just want to stand,
Oh yeah, makes sense.
you
yeah.
can sit.
I think putting together puzzle is better than sitting because you're more like active and you're kind of over it.
I think
sitting
if you're
down,
speed puzzling, I think
Yeah.
if you were,
Lighting is key too. You gotta
would
have
say that too.
You
I would
gotta
say
have
it too.
good light.
yeah. But if you're just hanging out and doing puzzles
Yeah.
and stuff, I mean, you want it on a big table, chairs all around,
Yeah.
and then like I said, at the house, we had puzzles out there all the time. We just walk over and
Yeah, piece here, piece there. Yeah.
piece there,
Yep.
piece here. Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. I
Mhm.
enjoyed it. Mark, last thought.
Yeah, I was making fun of you when we booked the guests or
Yes,
picked
you
the
did.
topic, and I was actually just joking because I've grew up around puzzles. But no, I think we might actually start puzzling more. This is going to make me want to puzzle more. We have more time on our hands. I don't have to worry about,
What about at a party? And this would be kind of cool. You could go buy some cheap puzzles and have, like, if you had couples, do like a 100-piece speed puzzle thing. That'd be kind of fun thing to do for a party.
Yeah.
Well, there's that one like brewery. It's up on Lake Cook Road in Deerfield, and they have like the puzzles and game. They actually like puzzles
Yeah.
and games like Jenga and other games that you could actually play at your table while you're hanging out with your friends and drinking various beers.
They actually
and
have
having
them at
food.
Illuminated Brewworks has puzzles and games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a new thing. I'm seeing that a lot.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. All right. And listen, I will say this. I knew that, see, I love people that are super into that thing that they do, and that thing that they do is just, it's just off the beaten path, right? I mean, yeah, there's all these different things, baseball and football, and there's all sorts of sports and things. But, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I mean, you could tell just by hearing what Valerie has to say and how long
Yeah, they're
she's
very
been in it.
They're very enthusiastic.
And
yeah.
you could tell that Heather was really excited about going to Spain to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm super stoked. I want, said I'm gonna find the time, and I want to support her. And I mean, this is a big thing for her. And I think it's really cool that people have these different interests, and
Yeah.
that's the people I want. That's people I
And
want
when
to
would
talk
you
to.
ever have an excuse to go to Spain except for trying to plan a vacation, right?
Yeah, she's
So
got a
this
reason.
This is a great. I mean, she's got 2 kids, a husband. She's got 2 kids. It's hard to get to Spain.
Yeah,
Just
it is.
planning like a trip, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now this is a great. I mean, I'm saying excuse, but it's a good reason to go.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I know-
you
I know
might
s-
not otherwise be able to have that opportunity.
It definitely isn't a family trip. That's for sure. This is on a
Well,
she's
I
on a
mean,
mission. She's on a
I
mission.
don't know what it is. You could bring the kids.
Yeah, you
Maybe.
could bring them
Yeah,
in
I
to
guess so.
support you and stuff,
Sure.
and then they could throw things at the other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you see how that could work? I mean, just a little. What's that mirror? Remember that diving movie, Back to School, right? Where they just
Yeah.
do the little mirror to,
Oh,
to
yeah, yeah.
offset them.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
And he threw him off, and the guy fell.
Yeah,
in the
any little things that you can do, to mess with the opponents, right? I mean, I don't condone this, but the kids could say, "Oh, this is my mommy's last chance to ever puzzle.
Air horn.
She won't be with us much longer." Yeah, you wouldn't want to beat her, would you, Mister? Yeah, just
Alejandro.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever his name is.
I got to look that guy up.
Yeah.
I have
What's
to
it,
look
what's
that
his
guy
name is Alejandro? Well, you could just say world's best puzzler, right?
up. World's fastest puzzler.
Puzzler, yeah, so.
that's pretty impressive. All right, listen, we had a blast. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Keep listening. We got some guests lined up and some really neat stuff that I got. I'm always working on. Still, I reworked Barack Obama. Still working on that.
Well, he's right down the street tonight.
He's
at
right
the
down the
DNC,
street.
Yeah, so he's
Right.
he's a occupied.
So
right
that's what I'm kind of working on that. And I reconnected with the Neil Tyson DeGrasse guys.
now. Okay.
Yeah, so we're back to talking
Second
again.
time around, you
Right.
open the lines
So,
of communication.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we were at like 50 shows when he turned us down,
Yeah.
and now they were at 134.
Yeah. You're still here.
we're the big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the big time. And
Yeah.
you know what? He doesn't have to worry about being the dumbest guy when we talk. He's probably going to be at least smartest, maybe second smartest. I don't know. Would it turn out, Mark? Would it turn out awesome if Ted just blew him away with some crazy shit that he said?
Oh, like when he comes up with the name of the woman that murdered her husband with the poison. Remembers that
Yeah.
name or the type of poison that she used.
Oh, I was going
All
to
of
talk
a sudden,
about
he becomes like an idiot savant with Tyson Neil deGrasse on the show.
Yeah.
Like he starts talking about splitting atoms and how this works.
or
and
like
that
the universe.
works.
Actually, the formula is wrong. It's like this is actually a
Yeah.
real
Right,
formula
right.
how the universe works.
Sir, why is there an E here? Shouldn't it be a D? And then that'd be the greatest.
Isn't it the backwards 3? Wait a minute.
You're killing me. All right, man. Keep listening. And hit us up at our website. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube and let us know what you want and keep sending in those tips. I love every single one. And even if we don't do it now, you're always in the bank and we can always bring it back. And we will see everybody next week.